Okay, students, morning to all of you. So, in previous class, we discussed about electric field due to a dipole on its axial line derivation. That is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p by x cube, or if distances are r cubed. Okay, now due to that same dipole on its equatorial line, what will be the electric field? Let us discuss. Okay, yes. So, electric field due to dipole on its equatorial line we want. Okay, yeah. So let us consider one dipole, electric dipole. See, this is negative charge, and yes, this is positive charge. Okay, and these two charges are separated by a distance of 2a, let us suppose. Then it will form, it will constitute a dipole. And dipole moment direction is from negative charge to positive charge, means from left to right. In that direction, dipole moment direction is there. Okay, and let us suppose this is the center of a dipole O. Okay, now from negative charge to point O, distance is a, and from O to positive charge, distance is again a. Okay, let us call this point is a and this point is b. Nana, ab length is a length of the dipole, that is 2a. Okay, now let us draw one equatorial line. Let us suppose this is an equatorial line which is passing through the center of a dipole. Okay, now on its equatorial line, at one particular point, let us call p point. At this p point, and this p point is, let us suppose, it is at a distance of x. Let us suppose x distance from where, from the center of a dipole on its equatorial line. Let us consider one point p. Okay, now at this point p, we need electric field due to this dipole. That is our requirement. Okay, yes. So what to do? Again, find electric field due to individual charges separately and add them according to vectors. That's it. Okay, yes. Now due to charge at a, that is negative charge, at point p, what will be the distance, Nana? Distance between these two? As you know, this distance is a, correct? Yes, and this distance is x. It will form a right angle triangle, and this total distance will become under root of a square plus x square. Pythagoras theorem I am applying. Okay, let us suppose this distance is, let us suppose, r distance. Then what will be r, Nana? R will be under root of a square plus x square. Are you getting? Yes. Now at a distance of r due to negative charge at this point p, electric field, which direction? Electric field is always towards the negative charge. Yes, it is in this direction. That is EA, I am calling electric field due to charge at A. Electric field due to charge at A, or electric field due to negative charge, you can say. Okay, so EA is in this direction. Okay, what will be its value, sir? Okay, EA, electric field due to negative charge, is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, means I am writing Q, K, Q, charge how much? Q. Okay, I am not taking negative charge because I want magnitude only. Direction already I have shown here. Okay, kq by r square. R square means how much, Nana? A square plus x square root square, means you will get a square plus x square. S, this is electric field due to charge at A, and whose direction is from P to A. Okay, now next find electric field due to charge at B. And as we know, this distance, let us suppose this is the distance, BP distance. As this is 2a and this is a, and this will be also a, clear, and this is x, again it will form one right angle triangle. POB is right angle triangle. Okay, this is x, this is a, and this should be r, because this is r we have considered. Okay, and next, due to charge at B is positive charge, due to this charge, electric field direction at point P will be in this direction. This is direction of electric field due to a charge at B. Are you getting? Because electric field will points outward from positive charge. It will generate from positive charge. Yes, from positive charge it is going like this. What will be the value of that? Again, see, I am writing here electric field due to charge at B is K, charge how much done? Q divided by distance between them square. Distance R square how much? Is A square plus X square. Got it, students? Yes. Now you see magnitude wise. Magnitude of electric field due to charge at A, electric field at charge at B. Both are same. Magnitudes are same, but their directions are different. Are you getting? So electric field due to charge at A magnitude is equal to electric field due to charge at B magnitude is equal to something E, let us call something, you call it is E, and that value is KQ by A square plus X square. Both the magnitudes are same. Now they are in different directions. Now we need to add them to get net electric field at point P. How to add? You can use triangular law, you can use parallelogram law, or you can use component of vectors. Any point you can use. I am using here components of vectors. EA is one vector, EB is one vector. Let us divide them according to their components. Clear? Yes. That is the point what I am going to do now. Let us draw one horizontal line at point P. At point P, let us draw one horizontal line which is parallel to the dipole. One minute, wait, students. One student has joined with different name. Who is here? I am checking. Yeah, this fellow last. Okay, okay. I hope you understood up to here. At P, there is no charge. At point P, we want electric field value how much? I didn't kept any charge at P. I want electric field at point P, which is an equatorial line at a distance x. Okay? Yes. So this electric field due to charge at A, electric field due to charge at B, both are in different direction and their values are equal. That is KQ by A square plus X square. Yes. Now let us draw one parallel line parallel to a dipole. Okay. Now let us suppose this is angle theta. Let us suppose this is angle theta. Then this will be angle theta. Are you getting what I am showing you? Yes. These two are parallel lines. It is one inclined line. These angles must be equal. Okay, students? Yes. Now this EB can be resolved into two components. EB is here. Its component along x-axis is EB cos theta. Are you getting? And exactly perpendicular to that EB cos theta, one more component will be there. That is EB sin theta. Now you should not see this EB. Now you are having two components. These are electric field due to charge at B at point P in these directions. Okay, Nana? Yes. Next. Now let us see due to charge at negative charge. Okay. Let us suppose, see this is angle theta, means this also should be theta because it is distances are equal. A distance, x distance, r distance are equal. Then this angle also should be equal. If this is theta, then this is also theta. Are you getting what I am drawing? What I am taking angles? Are you getting? This also let us consider theta. If this is angle theta, then this is also angle theta. Now this EA can be resolved into two components. This is EA. This can be resolved into two components perpendicular to each other like this. One is along this horizontal line, that is EA cos theta. One is perpendicular to that, that is EA sin theta. And as you know, EA and EB values are equal, magnitude, and sin theta, theta are equal, so they will cancel each other. Means the vertical components of EA and EB will cancel each other, but the horizontal components, they will add up. So net electric field at point P will be nothing but electric field due to charge at A cos theta plus electric field due to charge at B cos theta. Are you getting, students? Yes, this and this we should add. So we know electric field due to charge at A is E cos theta, and electric field due to charge at B is also E, that is E cos theta. So this can be written as 2 times of E cos theta. Clear, students? Yes. So 2 times of what is E? E value I am writing now. K Q divided by A square plus X square into what is theta? Cos theta. See from this triangle. Cos theta. Cos theta means what, Anna? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side is what? A. Hypotenuse value what? R. R value what? A square plus X square under root. Yes, this is cos theta. Clear, students? Yes. Now, so this can be written as K Q into 2A, I'll write 2 into A, 2A. Okay. Now, divided by A square plus X square into A square plus X square whole power 1 by 2. So base is common, here power 1 is there, here power 1 by 2 is there. So power we should add. Is A square plus X square whole power 3 by 2. Okay? Yes. Now, so electric field at point P is, electric field at point P is, this is K. As you know, Q into 2A is electric dipole moment, P bar. Okay, and electric field is also vector divided by A square plus X square whole power 3 by 2. So this will give you the magnitude. Now you need to see the directions. See, electric dipole moment direction is in this direction. Electric dipole moment direction is from negative to positive, no? Yes, P bar is in this direction. Whereas electric field direction, you got net electric field in this direction. Net electric field is in this direction. Clear, students? Means both are in opposite direction. That you need to show in your expression. So that's why we need to keep a negative sign here. Are you getting? Negative sign indicates electric field and dipole moment are in opposite direction. I hope you are understanding. Okay. Okay. Now, if the length of the dipole is very small and the point P on the equatorial line is far away, that means if A is very less in comparison to locating point, that the location point P on the equatorial line, then what we can do? A square can be neglected. Yes, it can be neglected. Clear, students? Yes, when you neglect A square, then you will get electric field at point P is equal to minus K P bar divided by X square whole power 3 by 2. This square 1 by 2 cancel. You will get electric field at point P is minus K P by X cube P bar S. These two you need to remember. Both expressions you need to remember. Yes, it is also important for your board exam for 5 marks. 5 marks important derivation, Anna. Okay. Got it, students? So electric field due to a dipole on its equatorial line. What is the expression? Electric field at a point P on equatorial line is minus K P bar by A square plus X square whole power 3/2. And if the length of the dipole is very small, then it will be minus K P bar by X cube. Okay. I hope you understood this diagram. Negative sign, I didn't get, sir. Okay, observe. And one more. How negative sign came? I didn't understand why negative sign came. See, this is the expression. This is the expression. Okay. Now you need to see the directions of electric field and dipole moment. See, dipole moment direction is from negative to positive like this. Dipole moment direction it is like this, Nana. Dipole moment direction is along my hand, means towards positive x-axis or towards the right side. Whereas net electric field due to this side and due to this also this side. Net electric field is this side. Net electric field is this side. Is towards left side along negative x-axis. So dipole moment direction, electric field direction, both are in opposite direction. Both are in opposite direction. You need to show mathematically. How can you show? With a negative sign. If E bar is in right hand side, then P bar will be left hand side. Negative sign indicates it is left hand side. That is the meaning. Clear? Good, good. And Abhay is saying, sir, diagram is blur. Draw somewhat big. Okay, I'll draw so that you will understand. So this is negative charge, Nana, and this is positive charge, Nana. This is point A, this is point B, this is the center of a dipole, and this is the equatorial line of a dipole. Point O, equatorial line. This total distance is 2A I am taking, and this distance is A. Now on the equatorial line at point P at a distance of X, I want electric field. Okay, yes, due to negative charge, electric field will be in this direction. That is electric field due to negative charge. Okay, clear? And due to positive charge, electric field will be in this direction. That is electric field due to charge at B. And as these distances R and R are equal, and this is X and this is A, these are equal, electric field will be equal, KQ by A square plus X square. Okay. Now, if this is, let us consider theta angle. You consider this is theta. If you consider this is theta, then this is also theta. You can resolve this EB into components. EB cos theta and EB sin theta. Now what? Now, this is theta you consider. Then this is also theta. Why I am taking this is also theta, this is also theta? Because this distance and R and X same, distance R and X all same, means this angle should be same. Okay, and this is EA and this angle is theta, then it can be resolved into EA cos theta here, and perpendicular to it downside EA sin theta. As EA and EB magnitudes are same and sin theta also same, so these components will cancel each other. And EA cos theta and EB cos theta will add up to give you net electric field. As EA and EB are equal, that I am considering as E. Got it? Yes. So this is electric field due to a dipole on its equatorial line. Yes. So you need to remember these expressions, these values. So on axial line, electric field due to a dipole on axial line I am writing. axial line is 2kp by x cube. We have got. Do you remember yesterday's derivation? And on equatorial line, we got kp by x cube with a negative sign directions. Okay. Sometimes they may ask you what is the ratio between electric field due to a dipole on axial line and an equatorial line. Magnitude of ratio, how much? If you take ratio EA by E equatorial, what will that Nana? 2 kp by x cube divided by kp by x cube. Kp by x cube, kp by x cube cancel, you get 2 by 1, means 2:1 ratio. Remember this point also. Clear, students? Okay. Yes. Now let us move on to another topic. Very important topic now. Next, see these formulas you need to use and you need to solve the objective questions in your objective material. Questions will be there, just substitute and solve them, you will get the answers. Got it? Yes. Next point, torque acting on a dipole placed in uniform electric field. In an uniform electric field, if you keep a dipole, what will happen? Let us see. Okay. Let us suppose this is an electric field. Let us suppose this is an electric field. E electric field is there. Okay. Yes. So this is a uniform electric field. Let us suppose now. This is uniform. I am taking it is uniform electric field. Inside this uniform electric field, let us place a dipole. See, spacing between these lines I am showing you same. Okay. Yes. Now here inside this electric field, let us place a dipole. Electric field direction. Now dipole means a negative charge and a positive charge separated by some distance. How much distance? Let us consider this distance between these two charges is 2a. Okay. Yes. So this is a dipole, negative charge and positive charge separated by some distance, 2a distance, and it is placed in an electric field, the two uniform electric field, such that it makes angle theta. It makes angle theta with the, this theta is not visible to you. I will show you. Okay. Yes. It is making angle theta with the electric field. Let us suppose we have placed like this. Okay. Clear? Now what happens? See, as you know, when a charge Q is placed inside an electric field, in an electric field, then on the charge Q, a force will act. As you know, E is equal to F by Q. Then F is equal to QE force will act. In which direction this force will act? In the direction of electric field for positive charge. Means on this plus Q charge, a force will act in this direction, that is QE. Force will act in this direction. And similarly, on negative charge also, a force will act. How much force will act on negative charge? Minus QE. Minus sign indicates both are in opposite direction. Okay, means a force will act in this direction. QE force will act in opposite direction to the electric field. Clear? Now, as these two forces are acting in opposite direction and their line of action of force is not along a same point, then definitely they will constitute one couple, or it will produce a torque, it will produce a rotating effect. Yes or no? Yes. So on this dipole, one force is acting here, another force is acting here. Definitely it will turn, means it will rotate. Clear? A couple will form, these two forces, they will constitute a couple, and length of the dipole is 2a I have taken. Clear, Anna? Yes. So this dipole will rotate now. So due to that rotation, how much torque will act, that we need to find. As we know, torque tau acting on the dipole, or in your previous first year classes, we have discussed that in system of particles and rotatory motion, torque formula is any one of the force into perpendicular distance between the two forces. Between these two forces, what will be the perpendicular distance, that we need to find. Okay, yes, torque acting on a dipole is equal to any one of the force. This force is QE, this force also QE, but both are in opposite direction, that's it. So any one of the force magnitude you take, QE into, it is not a cross product. I am taking here into it is, okay, into perpendicular distance between them. So if you extend this one in this direction, and if you extend this one in this direction, now this will be the perpendicular distance. Yes or no? Are you getting, students? Yes. This is the perpendicular distance R. And what will be that value? You see, this is 2A and it is making angle theta with this horizontal line. Then you can resolve that 2A into components. One is 2A cos theta here and perpendicular to it like this here, 2A sin theta. 2A sin theta. Are you getting? Yes. So it is 2A sin theta. Clear, students? Yes. Tau can be written as Q into 2A into E into sin theta. Can we write? Yes. This 2A we can write here. Yeah. So as we know, Q into 2A is nothing but electric dipole moment. Q into 2A is electric dipole moment and electric field is E. Let us take it is also a vector quantity. Yes, you know electric field is a vector quantity into sin theta. Clear? Yes. See, this is in the form of AB sin theta. You can write it as A cross B. That means it is P cross E. Yes. So torque acting on a dipole formula is what? P is sin theta or P cross E. So when a electric dipole is placed in an uniform electric field, then the dipole will rotate, means some torque will act on the dipole. The torque value is Pe sin theta. What is the direction of the torque? That can be, we can get by cross product of P bar and E bar. So what is the direction, sir? See, it is rotating clockwise direction. You revise that concept of rotational mechanism. See, this is P bar direction. This P bar direction, negative to positive charge, P bar direction. And electric field is in this direction. Okay. See, I am taking A cross B, P cross E in that direction. So my thumb is going into the plane of the board. Yes. So torque is along the axial line, that is into the plane of the board. So where it will act? So this is the center of a dipole. Let us imagine about this line, this dipole will rotate. This dipole will rotate about this line like this. Clear? This is the axial line. Torque will be along the axis only, you know, and the two, either it is outside or inside. How to find here inside or outside? We need to find by cross product of P cross E. See, students, one thing here, important thing you need to remember, we need to write P cross E only. We should not write E cross P because A cross B cannot be equal to B cross A. So cross product does not obey commutative law, you know. So P cross E only we should write. P cross E means inside it is. Always, whenever an object is rotating in clockwise sense, torque will be inside. If it is rotating anti-clockwise sense, torque will be outside. Outside I will represent with dot, inside I will represent with the cross. Clear? So this is the torque acting on a dipole when it is placed in a uniform electric field. Okay, sir, torque is acting. Is there any force acting on this dipole? Yeah, let us check. See, on this dipole, one side Q is acting and this side QE is acting. QE this side, QE this side. Net force how much? 0. So that it is not moving forward or backward direction. It will stay there only and it will rotate like this. Clear? So when a dipole is placed in uniform electric field, a torque will act on it, but force acting on it is 0. Because force one side it is acting QE, other side also QE. Both are in equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. Net force will be 0. but torque is acting on it. Clear? And one more point, if this dipole is placed in non-uniform electric field, if you place it in non-uniform electric field, then what happens? Then also torque will act, however it will rotate. One force will act here, one force will act here. But in non-uniform electric field, net force also will act. Means let us suppose here force is more, here electric field is more, here electric field is less. Then what happens? It will rotate like this, however, but it will move forward also. It will move forward because of net force. Clear? So if these points are important for your competitive exams, okay? If a dipole is placed in non-uniform electric field, then on the dipole net force will act and net torque also will act. Whereas if the dipole is placed in uniform electric field, then on the dipole net force acting will be 0, but net torque acting cannot be 0. Net torque acting will be P cross E or P sin theta. You need to remember this point. Clear, students? Any doubt in this? Torque acting on a dipole? See how they will ask you objective questions on this point. Some let us suppose a dipole of dipole moment. Let us suppose 2I cap plus 3J cap plus 4K cap is placed in uniform electric field of E bar is equal to I cap minus J cap plus 2K cap. Then what will be the torque acting on it? They may ask you. How can you find? You need to do cross product of P and E. First you should take P, then you should take E. Then you will get the answer. Okay. Note on this. Note on this. You need to send me the solution. Okay. Clear, students? Six minutes time is there. Yes. We can solve some questions still. Yeah. See, students, one more concept. See, let us suppose here one electric field is there, like this. Let us suppose here one electric field is there. Let us suppose this is positive charges are there downside, and here negative charges are there. Okay. Then what happens? Electric field direction will be in this, like this. Electric field direction is always from positive charge to negative charges. Clear? Yes. Now, so inside this region, let us suppose the length of this electric field is L. L length this electric field is distributed. Okay. Now inside this electric field, let us suppose a charge Q. A charge Q having mass m is inserted like this, and it is moving with a velocity v in this direction. Let us suppose. Then what happens? Once it is enters into this electric field, once it enters into electric field, what happens? On this charge Q, a force will act. In which direction? On this charge Q, force will act in the direction of electric field. Okay. So on this charge Q of mass m, a force will act in upward direction. So it will move. It will move in this direction like this. Clear? So it will perform a parabolic path. Because see, whenever something is moving in one line, if you apply a force in perpendicular direction, then it will move in a circular path, as you know. So this charge Q also will move in the circular path like this. It will perform a parabolic path, you can say. Clear? Or it can go like this. Clear, students? Yes. Let us suppose this is the deviation it has got due to the force acting. Force is acting in this direction on it. How much force is acting on the charge particle? Force acting on a charge particle is QE. It is acting in vertical direction upward. So that force acting is QE, we can say, as we know F is MA, so QE and A is equal to QE by M. So this is the acceleration acting on the charged particle when it enters into this electric field. And this acceleration is acting, how it is acting? Vertically it is acting. Whereas along the horizontal, there is no acceleration. It is moving freely along the horizontal axis, because along the horizontal axis, no force is acting. Clear? Okay. Let us suppose this charge Q has to cross this electric field of length L. Then in what time it will cross? You know, x is equal to uxt plus half axt square. How much length it has to travel? Let us suppose it is L. And with what horizontal velocity is traveling? It is V velocity is traveling. In what time it will cross? This plus AX is 0. So everything is 0. So it will cross that electric field in a time of L by V, you can say. Are you getting? Then, so when it is going like this, due to that force acting in upward direction, it will deviate from its original path. It will deviate from its original path. So how much it will get deviated, that we need to find. See, we know vertical displacement is given as y is equal to uyt plus half ayt square, as you know. Clear? Yes. So vertical displacement is equal to uy value. So initially when it is entering into this electric field, no vertical velocity. So uy value we can take it as 0. When it is entering into this electric field, it is moving exactly horizontal. It is not moving somewhat inclined. So no vertical velocity for it. So vertical displacement can be written as y is equal to, this is 0 plus half into, what is ay value? Acceleration acting vertical is QE by M. We can write QE by M into T square. Are you getting, students? Yes. So y can be written as half QE by M into T value what? L by V. Yes. So you'll get L square by V square. So this formula you need to remember, Nana. Just remember this. Okay, students. So this point, just remember, you may get some objective problems on this point. Are you understanding? Yes. From this point, what is Q by M, Nana? Q by M ratio. Charge to mass ratio, how much? It can be written as y into 2mv square divided by QE into L square. Now, this Q by M depends upon y only. Two constant, mass constant, velocity, let us imagine constant, Q constant, electric field constant, let us imagine length of this electric field also constant. If we keep that, charge per unit mass ratio depends upon how much deflection it is getting. Okay, you remember that point. Now they may ask you some objective questions, Rana. How they will ask you? See here, let us suppose a electric field is placed. Okay, now inside that electric field, let us suppose we are sending three charges. Okay, Q1, Q2, Q3, three different charges we are sending. One charge is moving like this, another charge is moving like this, another charge is moving like this. Okay, this first charge, this second charge, this third charge. Now among these three charges, 1, 2, 3 charges, which charge will have